Long before most people even think about hitting the snooze button, a different kind of alarm clock goes off for the North Atlantic lobster fishermen. It's the internal kind, the one that tells you the ocean isn't going to wait. The day begins in the deep, cold darkness, usually around 3 or 4 in the morning. You pull on layers of gear, heavy boots, waterproof bibs, and thick gloves, because you know you're about to get wet, cold, and stay that way for a very long time. The air is salty and carries a chill that cuts right through you, a constant reminder that you work at the mercy of the sea. There's no easing into this job. It starts hard and fast. The first order of business is preparing for the hunt. This means getting the bait ready, which is a job that will definitely test your sense of smell. We're talking about pungent, oily fish like herring or mackerel, chopped up and stuffed into small mesh bags. This stuff is the lobster equivalent of a 5-star meal, and its powerful scent is what lures them into the traps. You have to handle hundreds of these bait bags, and the smell clings to everything: your clothes, your hands, your soul. It's a perfume you can't wash off, a signature scent of the profession that follows you home long after the day is done. Once the bait is sorted, your attention turns to the traps themselves. These aren't small cages. They are heavy, cumbersome pots. And a single boat can carry dozens, sometimes hundreds of them stacked high on the deck. Each one needs to be checked and readied for its journey to the ocean floor. You're also mapping out your strategy for the day, using GPS to pinpoint the locations where you dropped your traps previously. It's a combination of modern technology and old-fashioned sea sense, knowing where the rocky bottoms and reefs are that lobsters call home. Every piece of gear has to be in its right place before you untie from the dock. Finally, with the engine rumbling and the first hint of gray light touching the horizon, the boat pushes off into the vast, dark expanse of the North Atlantic. The journey to the fishing grounds can take hours, and it's a bumpy, rolling ride over the waves. This isn't a pleasure cruise. It's a commute to one of the world's toughest offices. The crew uses this time to double-check everything, drink some hot coffee, and mentally prepare for the back-breaking labor that lies ahead. The city lights fade behind you, and soon it's just you, your crew, and the endless, unforgiving ocean. When you finally arrive at your designated spot, miles from the comfort of shore, the real work begins. It's time to set the traps, a process that is a carefully choreographed dance on a moving stage. It starts with a brightly colored buoy being tossed overboard, its rope unspooling rapidly behind it. This buoy is your marker, your claim on this little patch of the ocean floor. Attached to the line is an anchor to hold everything in place, followed by a series of traps, or pots. This string of connected traps is called a troll, and it can link anywhere from 20 to 60 traps together in a long line. The crew works with a speed and precision that comes only from years of experience. One by one, the heavy traps are pushed off the side of the boat, splashing into the cold water and beginning their slow descent. They sink to depths that can range from a shallow 13 feet to a crushing 165 feet, settling on the rocky terrain below. The goal is to place them in the perfect spot where lobsters are known to roam. It's a combination of science, instinct, and a whole lot of heavy lifting. Once the last trap in a troll hits the water, you move on to the next location, repeating the process until the deck is clear. With the traps set, a new phase of the job begins: waiting. The traps are left to soak for a period of time, which could be just a few hours or an entire day. This is when the bait does its job, its delicious stinky aroma spreading through the water and calling out to any hungry lobsters nearby. During this time, there's no relaxing. The crew might head to another area to start hauling traps they set the day before. The work is continuous. There is always something to pull, something to set, or something to fix. The ocean doesn't have an off switch, and neither does a lobster fisherman. This waiting game is filled with uncertainty. You've done all the hard work, placed your bets, and now it's up to the lobsters to cooperate. Will the traps be full, or will they come up empty? Did you pick the right spot, or are the lobsters dining somewhere else today? Every fisherman feels this tension, this mix of hope and anxiety. It's a gamble you take every single day you're out on the water. Your livelihood depends on what's happening unseen on the ocean floor, and all you can do is wait for the moment of truth when you start pulling the traps back up. The quiet waiting is shattered the moment it's time to haul. To retrieve the traps, a fisherman uses a long pole with a hook, called a gaff, to snag the buoy line as the boat motors past. Once hooked, the heavy water-soaked rope is wrapped around a hydraulic hauler. This powerful winch is a fisherman's best friend, doing the brutal work of pulling thousands of pounds of gear up from the deep. Without it, the job would be nearly impossible. The hauler groans and strains as it lifts the troll, and the first trap breaks the surface, dripping with seawater and tangled with seaweed. This is where the speed and coordination of the crew become truly astonishing. I've seen a skilled team haul in an incredible 1,385 lobsters in just 45 minutes. That's not a typo. It's a whirlwind of activity where every second counts. As each trap comes aboard, it's quickly emptied onto a sorting table. One person handles the hauler, another grabs the trap, a third starts sorting the catch, and another rebaits the trap to be set again. There's no time for conversation. Everyone knows their role and executes it flawlessly. It's a masterclass in teamwork and efficiency, a chaotic but controlled frenzy of claws, shells, and splashing water. The sorting process is governed by strict rules designed to protect the lobster population. Every single lobster is measured with a special gauge. The measurement is taken from the lobster's eye socket to the back of its carapace, its hard upper shell. If a lobster is too small, a short, it gets tossed immediately back into the ocean to give it a chance to grow bigger. This rule ensures that future generations of lobsters can mature and reproduce. It's a perfect example of how fishermen are not just harvesting from the sea, they are actively managing its resources for the long term. Just as important is protecting the breeding females. If a lobster is found to be carrying a mass of eggs on its underside, it is an egger and must be released by law. Many fishermen go a step further and cut a small, V-shaped notch in the female's tail flipper before letting her go. This mark identifies her as a proven breeder, so even if she's caught again without eggs, other fishermen know to release her. It's a conservation effort that ensures the most productive females can continue to populate the ocean. It's a dirty job, but it's also a responsible one. Once the sorting is done, the legal-sized lobsters or keepers are carefully handled. To prevent them from injuring each other with their powerful claws in the holding tank, each claw is secured with a thick rubber band. This is a fast-paced and sometimes painful process if you're not careful. The banded lobsters are then placed into large tanks on the boat filled with constantly circulating seawater. The water is kept at a chilly 39 to 46 degrees Fahrenheit, which keeps the lobsters calm and healthy during the trip back to the harbor. It's a floating, temporary hotel for crustaceans before they check out at the dock. The return to the harbor marks the end of the day on the water, but not the end of the work. As the boat pulls up to the dock, buyers are often already waiting. The harbor comes alive with activity as cranes lift heavy crates filled with the day's catch from the boat onto the pier. The lobsters are weighed and sorted again, this time by size, to be sold. A successful trip can be worth thousands of dollars, a fitting reward for the long hours and punishing physical labor. Some of these lobsters will go directly to local restaurants and markets, while others are sold to larger companies for processing. This entire operation, from the pre-dawn baiting to the final sale at the dock, hinges on seamless teamwork. A lobster boat is not a place for lone wolves. Every member of the crew relies on the others to work quickly, safely, and efficiently. The long hours, the heavy gear, and the often harsh North Atlantic weather demand a level of trust and coordination that is hard to find in other jobs. Success isn't just measured by the number of lobsters in the tank, it's measured by how well the team works together to get the job done without injury and get back home safely. Ultimately, the lobster industry is a testament to how hard work and smart regulations can create a sustainable livelihood. The strict rules about size limits, protecting egg-bearing females, and seasonal harvesting are not just bureaucratic red tape. They are the very things that ensure lobster populations remain healthy for future generations. This allows fishermen to continue making a living from the sea, protecting both the species and their way of life. It's a dirty, demanding, and dangerous job, but it's also a job built on a deep respect for the ocean and a commitment to its future.